Good evening, dear friends. We meet again, Sunday, 19th of January. I all hope that you had a good start of the year. And tonight we will talk about the Divine Feminine, Part 2. Remember, last week was Part 1, so today is Part 2. And we'll be talking about the three attributes that develop when the Divine Feminine energy is starting to increase in our body. But first, I'd like to invite you all to unite tonight with the mantra Yanur, the light. So you should all visualize a beautiful white light coming from your head inside your heart. And the mantra is on the YouTube. And there are 5 lines in the mantra, Yanur, Yanur, Yanur. So, O light, O light, O light, Yanur al-Amin, Yanur al-Karim. So the safe light and the abundant light. So we're referring very clearly to the light of the divine creator. So just get yourself in a comfortable position and we'll start together. So just the hands like that, remember this position I told you about that you can use, or you can use also a mudra pose, but this is better like that. Hands here and the thumbs together touching the heart. Deep breath in. Yanu. 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 ينور الأمين ينور الكريم ينور ينور. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your love. Thank you. So last week when we talked about the divine feminine, we focused a lot on the sexuality. We focused a lot on that the fact that sexuality today is used in a commercial way too much is something that needs to be fought both by men and women. If the divine feminine energy is reduced in our society, it's not only a responsibility of the women, but also of the men. The man has to look at the woman as his goddess, is not a consumable sexual object, and the woman has to hold that stand. We need to bring back again the energy of love inside our sexuality. And a man and a woman should only go into sexual connection when there is love, the love energy, because else you lose a piece of your soul. Every time that you go into sexual connection without the energy of love in your heart, a piece of you comes out. Every time. It does not mean that we cannot have many partners in life and meet many people, but every time you have to test whether you are feeling something, whether there's love for this person, or just purely physical. If you consume sexuality as a physical aspect only, as a consumable, your soul comes slowly out of your body, and you become a soulless being with time. You know, sex workers, for example, they are almost soulless. When they have sold their sexual energy 1 million times, there's nothing left in them. It's very difficult for them. Yeah, I'm not criticizing, but I'm actually discerning what is happening. And a man also who goes with many women, left, right, and center, he becomes also soulless. When the feeling is not there, when the love is not there. So this is what we discussed last week. So it's a job, duty of the men and the women to protect the divine feminine from that point of view. Both of us. Because the divine feminine is in the body of the woman, and the divine feminine is the body of the man. I'm a man, I have divine masculine and feminine inside of me. You can be a woman, you can have divine masculine and feminine inside of you. So in these chapters, we're focusing on the divine feminine, and then after that, we're going to go into the divine masculine. Sean, thank you for joining. Mary, Zara, thank you. So now, what we're going to talk about today is the 3 different attributes that when you grow the divine feminine inside of you, they start to come out. So the divine feminine is like a tree, is like a plant. When you water that plant, when you water that tree, you get fruits. So what are the 3 fruits? Good evening, Philomena. What are the 3 fruits that come out when you water the divine feminine? What are the 3 fruits that come out of us, especially for women, When you start watering the Divine Feminine, when you start feeding it. Good evening, Jackie. Anybody? There are three attributes. There are three attributes that come out of us that allow us to do things. And most women can do it, and some men who have more or less developed feminine side can also do it. So what are the three things, according to you, that the Divine Feminine has as attributes that what they can do? Good evening, Mary. Thank you for joining. So remember that the feminine is Little Earth. The Divine Feminine is Little Earth. Brian Soleil is saying creativity. Creativity is something that comes to all of us, that's sure. Lindsay is saying self-love, peace, and light. Yes. But the attributes of what the Divine Feminine can do for the earth and for the people. We have all come to do something for the earth and the people, not only to eat, sleep, and die like just basic animals. We have come to do something on the earth. We're all endowed with powers for the earth because we are the keepers of the earth. You, me, and all the sons of Adam and Eve that are here on the earth. We have this power. Good evening, Mona and Veronica. Protection. Okay. Yes. Protection. Yes. One of the three things that the Divine Feminine allows you to do is to protect the people with herbs, herbal medicine. That is why some men who start to develop their Divine Feminine, they have also the ability with herbs. Herbs and plants are the first line of defense of the people. And when you develop your Divine Feminine, you start going into herbs and plants, you start studying them, you start using them for you. So you always do something for you, then for your family, then for your tribe. As you grow your consciousness, first you do for you, then for your family, then you expand to your tribe. And you can even expand even more to more tribes. Yeah? So it is essential that we all start looking into plants and herbs. The Divine Feminine in the house, whether it's the man or the woman, has to develop the plant knowledge. A house without the plant knowledge is a house where the Divine Feminine is missing, at least partially. To Divine Feminine, we connect with Mother Earth. Mother Earth gives us all the information we need about the plants. When I went to Africa to train with the African shamans, I sat in front of a plant for 2 hours before they accepted me to teach me. They said, "What is the plant telling you?" I was in disarray because what is the plant telling me? Nothing. It's a plant. Yeah. And I was stressing out and I was sweating. But after 1 hour, I heard the plant say, "I cut." So this plant is good for cutting old issues, old ties. This is where I allowed my Divine Feminine to expand. So each one of you needs to go on this path of expanding your Divine Feminine through plants and herbs. All of us. Bonsoir, Véronique. Hope you're good in France. Good evening, Fiona. Any questions about developing the knowledge of plants and herbs? For all of us want to develop the Divine Feminine. Any questions about that? Any suggestions? It is not very difficult. You all start learning about condiments. You need to all start learning about using, coriander, parsley, all the different plants that you can use, garlic, onions, Then you start going to flowers, geranium for the heart, rose for the heart, then the lion for the body system and the strength of the system. You start collecting the plants coming out of you. My teachers in Africa used to say that for everything that you need is out of your door. So if you're looking for a plant, it has to be out of your door. And you'll be surprised how many plants are out of our door and we don't even know about it. You don't have to walk 5 kilometers, it's out there. You just have to make a plan that I want to know. Learn one plant every month. Every month, study one plant. Find the plant in a nursery or in a plant shop, study it, work with it. Bring basic ones. Yeah, that's very important. Second attribute of the Divine Feminine. So the first one is the knowledge and the connection with Mother Earth through her plants and her herbs. What is the second attribute of the Divine Feminine? Any ideas, guys? girls, all the beautiful souls tonight here. Thank you all for joining from everywhere. We have people from South America. Thank you for joining. People from Lebanon. Thank you for joining. Lots of lovely people from Ireland. Thank you for joining. Second attribute. What is the second attribute of the Divine Feminine? And all of this, I learned it with the shamans in Africa. I had to go all the way to Cape Town to learn this. Second attribute. Okay. It has to do with food. Guess what? When you are preparing food, you're energizing the food. So when I was working with the African shamans, they explained to me that when we make medicine for our customer, we empower it the same way as we're doing food. So the Divine Feminine in a house has the ability to energize the food in a way that's going to be healing for the people. Yes, nurturing, but through foods. The first thing we looked at was nurturing through herbs and plants. The second, through foods. Never again prepare your food if you're not consciously present. Never again. Do not prepare food if you're not conscious of what you're doing, if you're not present. Never again. When you make your food, sing into it. Do something with it. The test is very, very amazing with children. Like if you take a mom and you ask her to prepare milk formula, she gives me the same ingredient and I prepare the same milk formula. And we give the same milk formula to the baby will know the difference between the milk formula from the mom and mine. How is that?